Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today is the first day that I'm going to be talking about the Grand Prix. Actually, yesterday was when they came out with all of the competitive watches. And what I wanted to do, I went through all of them and I just picked some I thought, I like that one. I don't know if they're winners or what they are, but they're ones that I just thought, that's sort of cool. So let's take it started. The first one in the ladies group is Chaumet, oh boy, Deferlante Secret Timepiece. This watch, I looked at that, and all those, it's got the little one and all the diamonds flying out of it. It's like a wave, and then that thing folds up or something. It's sort of cool. But the big thing is that it runs at 3 hertz, and it's not a quartz watch. A lot of times in the ladies category, quartz is okay, but this one wasn't, so I was impressed. Another one, Van Cleef and Arpels, who for years have been making wonderful women's watches, and this is in what they call ladies complications. The interesting thing about this one, the Van Cleef and Arpels, Lady Arpels, Ors Flores, Cercier watch, sorry. But Val Fleurier did the movement on this watch, and I've seen pictures of it, and it's really cool. Little flowers open and close, and a bunch of diamonds. All right, these next two is from the men's category and men's complication. Boy, there are a couple of watches here I'd like to have. The first one under the men's that I liked was Sylvain Pinaud Origine. Again, I'm sorry about it. What this has, it has a large free-sprung balance wheel, 3 hertz. That was one of the things they wanted to have in it. I just thought that was great. I like big balance wheels because they give a certain kind of stability over smaller ones. The other one is Singer Reimagined Barista. The Barista, they've got different Americano, Ristretto, Espresso around sort of one of the inner dials. But what it is that you can time things, use more of like a timer, and then it pops back to a watch. The movement for this was created with Agenor, and they do really good stuff. Now, the next two, the iconic category, a lot of people refer to the iconic category as they ran out of ideas category, but you know what they're able to do a lot of times, some really interesting looking watches, and this was one that the Tag Monaco X Golf and Golf. I've always liked that watch and the color scheme for some reason. I don't know why, but I always did. So I thought, that was a cool one. Tourbillon Group. I'm not a Tourbillon fan, and so I'm probably not the best judge of anything. And by the way, too, these aren't judges. These are ones that I liked. And of all of the Tourbillons, this is one I like. By H. Moser, Pioneer Cylindrical Tourbillon Skeleton. I just like the way those sort of octopus leg-like bridges held up the works, a skeletonized version. I don't like skeletonized either, but this one was appealing because right there at the top is sort of a big small hour and minute hand. Interesting looking watch. This next category, another two. Now, the first one is calendar and astronomy, and the calendar and astronomy. Now, this one is by H. Moser, and the reason that this one was interesting to me is that for years H. Moser has always had, in my opinion, the best perpetual calendar. And the reason I see it as the best, it's easy to reset. So, I mean, as soon as your watch is unwound, you've got to reset things. And a perpetual calendar, resetting that could be really a lot of work. Plus, I like their Streamliner kind of case. Under mechanical exception, the Moritz Grossmann Glashütte SA Universal. Oh man, I'm sorry for the German speakers. Universal Zeit. This watch I liked from the first time I saw it. Now, this is for a mechanical exception. I sort of never thought it as that, but come to think of it, probably really is, because it has all of these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different time zones, these little windows. And Moritz Grossmann has, for years, they've made, I think, watches with really good movements, but they've never won anything yet. And I hope this time they win. I don't know whether they will or not, but this was a watch I really liked. Now, for the chronograph and the diver's watch, two very different watches. First of all, the Groeneveld 1941 Chronograph Tantalum. As the thing about this watch that I like was it has a remontoire. You can see that about around 3:30. They have that little window there for the remontoire. The rest of it is sort of set up as a chronograph. For the diver's watch, another one I've always liked. I've never seen. I don't think they've ever won, but I still like them. They're Doxa. There were a whole lot of divers watches, but I've always liked Doxa and COSC. I don't think they make their own movements, but that was one I thought, well, this looks like a fun watch. All right, it's sort of like, this is sort of just saying. Now, this category, there are two watches, the jewelry, two categories, the jewelry and the artistic crafts. Bulgari has a Serpentini Misterioso high jewelry. The old snake, and it's got a little watch in its mouth, and you could take it out. I would say do it carefully. But the interesting thing about this watch is that it has a micro caliber called the Piccolissimo, and it's supposedly one of the smallest mechanical movements in a watch. Now, that was pretty cool. The artistic crafts is Celadon Horlogerie, Century Cloisonné, Cloisonné, sorry, Peacock and Peonies. This watch I like for a number of reasons. First of all, I recently did a review on it, and it has its own movement by Celadon. They have a AHCI guy do it for them, and does a really, really nice movement. It's called, the other thing though that really got to me, that I think for artistic crafts, an excellent job of the Cloisonné on it. And so good luck to Ben. I hope they give it some recognition, but I gotta tell you, man, that group is murder. They have so many just gorgeous watches in there. So, I hope somebody recognizes this, both for the artistic crafts, and there's a good deal of it, plus the fact that it's got a cool movement. Now, this category, the Petite Egg, I don't know what to do about this. We have a watch that we've been working on for over a year now, I think, when we first started, the Lyrique Etude #1. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just, say, well, this is a watch, this is great. I don't think that would be fair. So I thought, well, I'll put them all up there. They're all, this is an incredible amount of competition here. And, but, these are watches under 10,000 and over 3,500, and they really have a very competitive category going here. Now, this last one is a challenge group, and I had two watches from the challenge group. Reservoir always has something interesting going on. Always. And this watch called Blake and Mortimer by Joe. This guy, it's a one-armed watch with retrograde. Goes from 00 at about 7 o'clock around to 60 minutes around 5 o'clock. They got a great big date window in the middle, and the arm just goes around with the different times, and it's sort of dramatic looking, and looks like a lot of fun. Watch 2,900 Swiss franc, very cool. This next watch, this is Mad Editions. It's called the Mad One Red. Now, Maximilien Bousser is a guy who is MB&F. He's the guy who does MB&F. He's the MB of the F are friends, and they make just these really fabulous, interesting watches. And so what he thought he'd do, he came out with these Mad Editions, and the Mad Editions are for people who can't afford the MB&F ones. They got a little Miyota movement in it, but they are interesting. And so, a couple, like the Petite Egg, the challenge group, lots of competitions, lots of affordable watches, which is, a good thing. Well, listen, I hope you've had a chance to go over, take a look at the competing watches in this year's Grand Prix. Really like to hear from you, what you think. And like I said, these weren't my picks so much. They were ones I thought, they're doing some interesting stuff here, and just sort of picked them out that way. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think is the kind of watch you'd like to have, you'd like to see win. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side, the art and science of watch collection.